Welcome to The Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled you're joining us today because we're tackling a massive, just incredibly fascinating paradox of modern life. Look, we live in an era of literally unprecedented convenience. You can tweak your home's thermostat from halfway across the globe, you can get groceries dropped at your door in minutes, you carry the entire sum of human knowledge right in your pocket. And honestly, you probably sleep on a mattress that was engineered for perfect spinal alignment. But here's the crazy part. Despite all this incredible frictionless comfort, so many of us are just tossing and turning all night. We wake up feeling constantly exhausted, deeply stressed, and just kind of out of sorts. Well, today we're going to uncover exactly why our bodies and minds are quite literally rejecting this modern comfort.
Seriously, why does a life of ultimate comfort leave us feeling so completely unfulfilled? Now, if you've ever felt that creeping sense of modern burnout, that unexplainable daily malaise, even when things look perfectly fine on paper, I want to validate that for you right now. It is a widely felt, deeply painful reality for millions of people. You aren't broken, and you are absolutely not alone in feeling this way. But the answer to this mystery, it's not just psychological. As we're going to see, it is profoundly biological.
Number 1. The paradox of modern comfort, material needs versus gloom.
Let's start breaking this down by looking at this sharp, almost painful disconnect between having every single one of our base material needs met and this internal, unshakable sense of gloom. We see it everywhere today. Casualness and complacency have practically become the norm, even among incredibly successful people. Think about the high-paying professionals who have supposedly achieved the dream, the great salary, the cozy lifestyle, the nice corner office. A lot of them will look you dead in the eye and tell you they feel totally unfulfilled and honestly, pretty hopeless. The money and that extreme comfort, it's simply not translating into happiness. Instead, it breeds this strange, really heavy kind of apathy.
Section 2. Junk food and junk information. Toxic inputs everywhere.
Okay, let's dive into this, because to understand why we feel this pervasive apathy, we really have to examine what we're feeding ourselves every single day. And I mean that both literally and digitally. We're essentially fighting a two-front war on our own biology. First off, there's the physical junk. We load our bodies up with ultra-processed foods, heavy carbs, added sugars, deep-fried meals, all while constantly skipping sleep and totally ignoring exercise. We dump toxins into our system through smoking or drinking. But then, there's the mental junk. We sit there for hours watching mindless online videos, doom-scrolling social media, absorbing completely irrelevant, negative news. Subconsciously, we are just injecting other people's agendas and propaganda straight into our minds. We are bombarded nonstop. So, how on earth can we expect to feel lively, energetic, or alert when our inputs, physical and mental, are purely toxic? It's just impossible.
Number 3. The materialistic trap, faking our importance.
So when we feel that inevitable gloom and hopelessness from all that junk, what do we actually do? We try to self-medicate. We try to fix this empty feeling using fake, materialistic cures. We basically use these diversions to run from our hidden inner demons. These are the deeply uncomfortable truths about ourselves that we desperately want to avoid. We hide from our inability to stick to a healthy diet or a basic workout routine. We mask the fact that we're constantly breaking promises to ourselves. Or maybe we're neglecting relationships with our family or our kids, conveniently blaming our busy schedule. Deep down, we might feel like we just aren't good enough, or that we lack the basic discipline needed to lead a truly inspiring life. So we compensate.
And this traps us in a vicious, highly predictable cycle. First, we feel incredibly deficient inside. So, to cover that up, we try to fake our sense of importance. We artificially attach our self-worth to the car we drive, the designer clothes we wear, or the fancy neighborhood we live in. Next thing you know, we start emulating people who don't even match our true mindset or values. And the result? We feel completely empty all over again. That emptiness just sends us frantically searching for a brand new materialistic need to fill the void. It's like an exhausting, never-ending treadmill of consumption that absolutely fails to make us happy.
Number 4. Our outdated childhood programming, our flawed scripts.
But why are we so prone to falling into this specific trap in the first place? Well, to find the root cause, we have to look backwards to the flawed programming handed down to us when we were kids. And this brilliantly illustrates the core of the problem, our subconscious checklist. So many of us grew up watching the adults around us, internalizing this incredibly rigid set of expectations, right? Get a safe job, find a desirable partner, buy the nice car, buy the big house, earn wealth, command respect. We were essentially taught that simply getting a job and mechanically ticking off these boxes would automatically guarantee lifelong happiness. But what actually happens during this checklist process? We completely ignore what we're genuinely interested in.
We bypass our true passions entirely just to satisfy the expectations of that list.
Section 5. The Evolutionary Mismatch, Psychology to Biology.
This brings us to the most critical part of our explainer. We're pivoting from the psychological traps directly into our biology. Because here is the ultimate, truly fascinating secret behind why our modern lifestyle is making us so intensely miserable. The key to this whole mystery is our evolutionary reward system. You see, our brains are biologically engraved over millions of years to function in a very specific, demanding way. To keep our early ancestors alive in a brutal world, our neurology evolved to demand that we earn our relaxation and pleasure. Your brain only releases its necessary dose of healthy hormones, like dopamine and endorphins, and it only stimulates neuroplasticity to build new brain tissue strictly after you push through actual physical and mental struggle.
Now, what's really interesting here is the stark, almost comical contrast between our past and present. Evolutionarily, as hunter-gatherers, our daily tasks were intense, surviving harsh elements, hunting for food, gathering resources, protecting our families from predators, regularly pushing through real physical pain. Fulfilling those intense duties gave us a profound sense of reward. We did our duty, we struggled, and we felt incredible once we achieved it. Compare that to modern daily life, sedentary desk work, mediocre jobs we aren't remotely excited about. We just sit all day in climate-controlled rooms doing repetitive tasks that completely starve our brains of that vital, hard-earned stimulus.
Because we aren't getting that baseline physical movement, because we aren't warming up for the day ahead through genuine effort, and because we just stuff ourselves with highly accessible food at totally irregular times, our bodies and brains are screaming at us. They constantly feel deprived of the physiological triggers they are biologically supposed to get. And the terrifying result? A slow, steady deterioration of both our physical and mental abilities. Our hard-won modern comfort is quite literally causing us to decay from the inside out.
Number 6. Embracing process over prizes, bridging the gap.
So, how do we fix this? How do we bridge this massive evolutionary gap in a modern world that just pushes convenience on us 24/7? We have to shift our entire mindset. So, the crucial point is that we have to fundamentally reframe our definition of happiness. True happiness is not some final destination of ultimate comfort where you never have to lift a finger again. Being fully present in the moment, making incremental progress, learning and growing as you endure the friction of the journey, that is so much more important than the goal itself. We basically have to learn to fall in love with the effort.
To start feeding your brain's reward system today, you have to artificially inject healthy struggle back into your routine. Actively seek out physical and mental challenges. Go for a difficult run, lift some heavy weights, or maybe learn a complex new skill. Shift your focus strictly to the process of progress rather than staring at the shiny prize at the finish line. And look for ways to provide actual, meaningful service to others. Add real value to the world around you. This is how you generate those vital, healthy brain hormones. This is exactly how you keep yourself going with genuine purpose.
I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought to take with you today. Are you earning your relaxation, or are you just consuming it? It's time to radically rethink our daily habits. We need to stop letting comfort dictate the terms of our lives and start challenging ourselves again. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Now get out there, find a worthwhile struggle, and start earning that incredible feeling of true fulfillment.